Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Life. In today's video guys, we're going to go ahead and explain the symptoms of a bad ignition coil. What happens to the engine, what to expect, and how to know that it is ignition coil. So we have that Ford Fiesta guys, but it will be the same procedure for pretty much any vehicle. The procedure is not very complicated. Let me first start the car, okay, and you see what it sounds like with a bad ignition coil now. Okay. You hear the car misfiring. If you're driving down the road, you will notice that you do not have as much power as usual. Okay, listen now when I give it gas. You will notice some vibrations in the cabin as well. Okay, I can definitely feel it in the steering wheel. It definitely sounds like it's misfiring. Engine light will be on too. Okay, listen now. So, I'll go ahead, turn the engine off, and turn the ignition on. What we'll do now, okay, I'm going to go ahead and close the door so it's not beeping here annoyingly. We'll use that scanner guys, you can find the model that we use in the description of the video, really cool tool. And we'll select OBD2, this works on any car. Okay, we're going to give it a few seconds to connect. Now it's going to read the computer and it says that we have one found code. Erase previously stored data, yes, and we can continue now. Now, the first one is read codes. Okay, let me focus. So we'll click read codes, stored codes. P0351 ignition coil A. A is the same as ignition coil number 1. If you have a B, it's ignition coil number 2 and the code will be 352. So the last digit of the code corresponds to the number of the ignition coil. Let's say it's cylinder number 4, you have a code P0354 and you will say ignition coil D. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, turn the engine, the ignition off now. Engine, ignition, everything's off. And we will replace the ignition coil and see how it sounds after that. Now, 351 is ignition coil 1. This is ignition coil number 1. On most cars, you might have a kind of like a lock, like this one. You have to pull back and then press on it and disconnect the wire. That lock is there for a good purpose because from vibrations they might get loose, those wires, and you don't want that to happen because the car will start misfiring. So usually the ignition coil is attached with 1 or 2 bolts. Okay, we're going to go ahead, remove this one too as well, and pull the ignition coil out. Okay, this is the ignition coil right here. Now we're going to replace it with a new one. You can see here we're rebuilding an engine for that Hyundai that developed an engine log. You probably know about it, with only 69,000 miles. So check it out on the channel. And when you remove your ignition coil, always check the whole inside to make sure you don't have any oil. Because if the valve cover gasket starts leaking, you might have oil inside. So if you do, you'll need new gasket for the valve cover. Now, if you wash your engine and you start getting a misfiring code like for ignition coil, you might have water inside here. So you have to suck it out, let it dry, and install them again. So on that Hyundai Elantra guys, okay, the ignition coil attaches only with 1 bolt. You can see right here. Only 1 bolt. On the Ford it attaches with 2 bolts. So different cars, different models, but as a whole the procedure is the same. The tools and parts that we use will be listed in the description of the video below, so check them out. Okay, we'll install the 2 bolts now, get those tight. We're going to clear the code, start the car, and see how it's going to sound now. Perfect, now we need to connect the wire. all the way until it clicks. Perfect. Now, let's turn the ignition on, and I'm going to go ahead and erase the code first. Okay, we will erase the code. So we'll go back one more time, click erase code, enter. Are you sure? Yes. Now erase is done, press any key to continue. Now let's go ahead and start the car. Okay, and listen now. Okay, let me close the door again so you don't have that annoying beep. Ring. You will not have that harsh vibration in the body, the dash as well. Engine light is off. As you can see, there is no engine light. And even if I scan the system right now, there should be nothing there. No codes are stored in the system. So that's how you fix those codes, guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and many more videos to come to the channel.